So Cameron, what do you think about bullying at St. Paul's?
Shut up.
I think bullying is bad and shouldn't be done anymore. Huzzah!
I'm personally not a fan of bullying. As a small child, I was just tortured in the 7th and 6th grade, and of course now still by people who are just. It does a lot of damage to a person's psyche, Thank you for the support. I'm glad you're here for me.
And it also tends to, as Paul said, build character in the person being bullied and the bullier. So it has its side effects that are actually quite good.
Mostly bad, though. I cry myself to sleep.
As do we all.
So, Cade, what is your experience with bullying?
Well, being a ginger, I have experienced persecution firsthand. And I know... Oh! Help me! Ah! Why won't you help me? Ah! For the sake of the film!
Gingers must die!
Ah!
Do me a solid, Cade! It won't be over soon.
Okay.
Is the lighting there?
To make up for our unsuccessful student interviews, we asked some teachers and faculty about their childhood experiences with bullying.
When I was in elementary school, I remember that I was in 2nd grade and one of the kids from 3rd grade started picking on me. And he tried to bully me, I fight back, and when we were fighting, the other kid's brother appeared. He was a bigger guy. He beat me, yeah?
Beat you?
Yeah. But I also had a brother. He came to defend me, and it was a 50-50 fight. And it was the way this bullying problem was solved.
I was probably 15. I was at a video arcade. That's when you could actually go to a place where they had video games and put in quarters to play video games. And the games are about this big, and you played a game. So I put in a quarter, and some guy pushed me out of the way. He's like, "That was my quarter." I thought how stupid it was that he would physically assault me for like a quarter. But it was rather. I was affronted on several levels, on psychological, physical, and intellectual level.
And how did you handle it?
I kind of looked at the guy cross-eyed, but then, of course, Bubba, as I like to call him now, and his 2 large redneck friends were behind him. I decided that getting in a fist fight over a quarter wasn't the best course of action.
The first thing a student who's being bullied should do is get some help, usually from a more experienced person, typically an adult. You should not tolerate being bullied. Bullies need to be confronted because they're insecure people to begin with, and they're simply acting out their own fears by bullying people they perceive that are physically weaker than themselves. By getting some help, by exposing a bully, and then taking steps to see that that person gets the help that he needs. Typically the bully's the one that needs the help, not the victim. But no one should allow themselves to be the victim of a bully. By exposing a bully, that's a huge step towards solving the problem.
I guess we consider it a type of abuse that you need to find someone in a position of authority to report it. It cannot continue for sure. Definitely find a teacher, a counselor, a coach, an adult, a police officer, even if there's in a public forum, to seek that assistance.
The most important is, I think, respect the law. And you need to go first and think what the law says. And to what extent you may get in trouble. Okay? For example, here in the United States, the law is very clear. And the school, for example, is very clear. At the school, there is no, or the school doesn't allow any kind of bullying whatsoever. Yeah? And the law says same thing. It means in any way that you consider that there is a problem with bullying must be solved through the law. Yeah? And it's something culturally different from where I come from. If you hurt someone else, you may be taken to jail. Yeah? But when there is the problem of bullying, it's more a people's problem, young people's problem than a police problem. Okay? The young people, where I come from, they say that they think culturally that it's a young people problem and it must be solved among young people. If someone comes to bully you, in our culture you have the right to fight back. And most of the times, the problem is solved.
Defense of self is an option. Instigation of fight is not an option. I think I'll leave it at that.
So, we meet again. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Are you ready to have your ass handed to you once again? Not a chance.
That's the name of the game. It was all grooving, now it's totally lame. KG really fucking blew us a knife. Now we're fucking headed for a total collapse. Car chase city, roll away from the